Hey everyone, it's Darin Benton again with Performance Motor Coaches. I want to do a final video for the day. We did 2 independent videos earlier of our available, these will be in stock at the dealership in the next, probably about the next week or so. These are available. This is a Valencia right here. This is a 39 RB. It's a bath and a half, triple slide. Brand new floor plan that they've never done before. They've had a RB, but not with the kitchen slide and lots of different amenities. So make sure you check that out. And this is our first 2026 available Verona bunkhouse. So I want to do kind of a side-by-side comparison. Yes, they're different floor plans, but I want to talk about some similarities and differences between truck to truck. So I want to start with chassis first. So this is the S2 RV. So basically what Freightliner did, said, hey, we're going to build an RV specific chassis that's ready for RV producers to build on with very little work to the chassis itself. So this comes standard with a fuel tank back behind the axle. It has an upgraded transmission. So it's a 6.7 liter versus this guy next door has an 8.9 liter. They're both 360 horsepower. This is 800 foot-pounds of torque. This is 1150. Now, back to the size of the motor, 6.7 liter, 8.9 liter. I think that's about 30%, roughly. So definitely a big difference between the two. Now, if you're looking at them forward, you'll notice a little bit of different spacing here to here. And then you'll see this filler panel on our bigger M2. So this filler panel allows for the larger motor. Of course, this unit will sit that much higher off the entire frame itself, so it does sit higher, has a little bit different look. For somebody that wants to jump into the Super C game, but doesn't want something that feels overbearing and really tall, the Valencia is a really good option. Any S2, of course, we prefer Renegade because we're obviously a Renegade dealer. A lot of different manufacturers build on the S2. I feel that Renegade does the very best. It's without a doubt the best unit built on an S2 RV. Without a doubt, best unit built on an S2 RV. Dovetail drawers, solid maple cabinetry, the storage compartments, regardless. I mean, it is the, hands down, the best. So, sure, I'll get a lot of flack over that one, but I'm here to tell you, it is the best built, no doubt in my mind. So, you get up into, there's a few players that are messing with this. You basically, your 2 players are Renegade and Dynamax. The guys at Dynamax are good. They're not my speed. The guys at Dynamax are always incredibly helpful to me, so I don't want to talk trash on their product. Just a different product. Talk to me over the phone, I'll give you that, but I'm not going to talk trash about the Dynamax guys. I feel like they are a good group of guys and they build a good product, and it's good to have good competition. So appreciate that. So back to these. Lots of guys are building on the S2, not so many on this. So this fuel tank has two fuel tanks up front here, so 250 gallons, so same capacity. Headlights are the same. We do have the LED headlights as an upgrade. Grille looks the same, bumper's the same. Things are a little bit different chassis-wise, but like I said, this is an RV-ready specific chassis. Does have it's a 3200 series Allison. I believe this is similar. I get confused between the 3000 and the 3200, but basically they're upgrade transmissions. Typically the 6.7 had, a lower grade Allison 1000 or 2000. They are both six-speed Allisons. They both have engine braking, so a little bit different braking. This is basically the VGT, the variable vane turbo that cuts down, and that is a true head-mounted engine brake on the 8.9. They both stop great. They're both integrated in the transmission as well, so not too many differences there. You notice the front cap, just a different look. I think they both look really good. I think they wanted to do a cap that wasn't the exact same cap coach to coach. The biggest thing for me out in Texas, it's incredibly hot, so I'm not a big fan of the glass up front, but so many people like it. I understand why they do it, and it's easier just sometimes to make the masses happy. If you get some broken glass along the way, it just is what it is. Just like a windshield, you can get a chip in it, you can get a crack in it. It won't fall like your side window, so it doesn't ruin the trip. It just kind of ruins the day, so to speak. So Mirrors are very similar. So let's talk about the units themselves. Construction-wise, really no difference. Same vacuum on the wall, same Vitrocena, same Asdale. There's really no difference coach to coach. The biggest deal, chassis, and then we start talking about components inside. So the Valencia is still a propane unit. It has a gas cooktop. It has a AquaGo, so a Truma AquaGo hot water heater, and it has a regular traditional propane furnace. Now, once we get up to the Verona, you'll get the AquaHot hydronic system. New for 2026 is the 450D. It is integrated to the motor. It does have heating for your wet bay as well. You could argue that till you're blue in the face. I like having the hydronic heat. We have less issues with propane. Really, it's just a kind of matter of preference, but you can't mix the two, just so you know. So if you want propane, boom. If you have to have hydronic, you're gonna get up to the Verona itself. Let's walk around it real quick. So this is, like I said, a new floor plan. One thing that I really like is the Girard Vision rooftop awning. Pushing the guys to be able to offer that awning for the Veronas. That's only offered in the kitchen slide floor plan that they do. 2-stage awning. These are such expensive coaches. I mean, they are far more expensive than the competition. Price-wise, I should have really been aligned with my pricing a lot better. Call me and I can go over pricing. I really hate to get in. I really like to talk about nuts and bolts, meat and bones. So, but I like that Girard Vision awning. They're all dual pane windows. There's really no difference there. The back compartments are gonna be the same. Now, I didn't catch this earlier when I did the video. Shauna Lee did. She said there are 2 combined storage compartments here. And she's entirely right. That's pretty impressive. Nice to have. You do have a little bit of like a little port there if you had some type of a grill, anything like that. You could easily go in that. But look at this. You ready to go? You ready to do some running? So let's go next door. I'll kind of cover all this. Just different placement of inverter, things like that. Outdoor TV, really no difference. Size of it. Got a sound bar. Insignia, Samsung. So let's go next door and check it out. It's nice and low. A little bit higher. 12,000 pound towing capacity, 20,000 pound towing capacity here. Open up these guys. Of course, different floor plans. This is the Verona bunkhouse. This is our #1 selling floor plan in the Verona. Is this TV a little bit lower than that one? I think it is. But, so you don't have the 2 combined, but look at how deep that is. And then look at this, kids. So much room for activity, way underneath there. I think I could probably slide myself in there if I needed to. So just different stroke for different folks. Said dual latch, really no difference here. See how good those things shut? Nice to have the little turnout there if you need to run the extension cord up or anything like that. Now, new for 2026, both these products do have RBlocks.com, cool little keyless entry, and I tell you, it's a pretty dialed in product. Pretty happy with it. We can always take it, upgrade somebody after the fact. There's been a few contenders to the up to the market, but Renegade chose to use RBlocks.com. I think it's a good product. So, still not offering security lights on either one of these. You will come standard with the strip in the awning and then a porch light themselves. Maybe that's a push to be able to do some extra security lights in the future. Let's come out back, kids. We'll talk about the big hitches. We were at a beautiful park earlier. We had a huge Amish group came up, didn't want to ruin their parade by me rambling on about motorhomes, but 20,000 pound hitch out back. We do have integration for cameras, so 2 cameras there. 12,000 pound hitch next door, but you see we have the similar mud flap on each one of those. We have those mud flaps in black. We can black out either one of these coats. We do it far better than what you would get from Renegade. Don't want to upset the guys there, but we can just do a lot more. So 12,000 pound over here, both the Gen Y. So Rear caps are slightly different. Lower caps look, I think the lower caps are the exact same lower cap. So it's nice to be able to have either one of those. All your lights can be pretty much similar. Let's go down this side of the coach, talk about it. Placement of the generator won't change until you get all the way up. Well, in fact, the placement doesn't change, but 8K, no matter Valencia, Verona, Verona LE, or an Explorer. No difference whatsoever. You have to get up to the LE before you can do any kind of optioned line baggage compartments, like a spray-in bed liner. But transfer switch is standard, so the smart transfer switch along with the short cord reel, that's all standard. I'll catch you up here. That's your fuel. Sea level will be standard. You do have a hose reel. That'll all be standard. We do the upgraded macerator pumps on them. Kind of just makes sense to me. But nice, clean, wet bays. It's all water jetted in there. You don't have to worry about things falling off. So they do a great job at everything. Said with the propane, you will take up a compartment for your propane tank. Same option for your lithium batteries, which is just 3 100 amp hour batteries. And then I believe this coach is sitting with 3 200 watt panels. I think just a 30 amp controller. Let's cruise next door, check it out. You do get the little fog lights here. That's something we can easily add to that guy next door. We'll probably do a better fog light if you really wanted it as well. Lithium batteries. Got the inverter there. Both Xantrix 3000 watt. That's the AquaHot 450. Lose a little bit of storage to it. Same size fresh, same size gray and black. So 150 gallon fresh. Same coach to coach, sea level monitoring, and then 75 gray, 75 gallon black. So no difference whatsoever there. Does have the option for the macerator pump here. Slide mechanisms, coach to coach, same slide mechanism. Basically, this is a modified lift code that Renegade has run forever. They now integrate the hydraulic slide. The rest of the slides will be a Schwintek that will soon move over to the Sure Slide from Lippert, a little bit better slide system. We really don't have too many issues with the Schwintek. It's generally the big kitchen slides we have on our bigger units, so not too much of a concern there. Same seats, air ride seats. They are heated. That cab cutout is the same. We're running the same Garmin GPS with that additional monitor over there on the overhead. We can always change that out. Brake controllers are integrated. This will have cab keyless entry standard on the Verona for basically the M2. It is not available on the Valencia. There again, that's something we can easily add there at the dealership. So no real issues or concerns there. So inside wise, I'm such a nuts and bolts guy. It's hard for me to really get into the inside. There's not too many differences interior wise. I'll let you roll through there. We won't bore you with running all the slides in and out. I want to talk more about the pieces parts themselves. Same entry. You know, in and out, the cab's a little bit different. Coach to coach. This really no change here. They do a good job. They do integrate air conditioning vents in here. You do have some speakers here. So the flooring in the Verona is basically little strips. I'll show you the difference next door. They gotten away from the really kind of boring sheet vinyl that they previously did in Valencia, so they kind of classed it up a little bit. Take it a little bit step further. So they have this. It's like a little tray that comes out, sits there. They do on all the Veronas, which is a pretty nice touch. And solid surface won't change. Wallboard won't change. Cabinet, they do a phenomenal job on all their cabinets. They're all dovetail. They're all solid maple. Coach to coach, we're sitting on Cape Cod in both of them, so really no difference there. One thing I do like about the Valencia has a taller window there. I just soon do taller windows all the time. You do have a nice convertible booth dinette in either coach. They do a good job. Anywhere you sit, USB, USB-Cs. couch, theater seats, everybody has their own preference. One thing that I really appreciate, my biggest problem with all of these sink covers and all this stuff is I got to have a home for everything. It drives me nuts to not have home. I don't want to leave things out. I don't want to just slap them in the bottom of a drawer. They listened. They started doing this last year on the XLs, and now they've done it across the product line. I don't know if our good buddy Victor either heard, or maybe it was mental telepathy, but I appreciate Victor for doing it. It's nice to have a home for your stuff. And these things right here rattle. If it was mine, they'd be in my garage. I would never see them again. But it's nice to have these for people that are picky like me, that want to be able to have a home for them. So I appreciate that. Now, one thing I highlighted earlier was placement of electrical. They did a lot of great things on the Valencia. I didn't spend that much time with the Valencia. Spent a lot of time and energy to really make that product shine. Got the electrical out of the kitchen, got it back to a cabinet. I need to compare coach to coach as far as floor plans, but that is what they do back behind the scenes, you know, coach to coach, year to year. So I really appreciate things like that. I want to be able to regain that. Where can we get that? Can we get it somewhere where it's not too much of a pain for them to produce it as a manufacturer, but be able to regain some of that space themselves? You'll see a lot of Starlink. That's kind of the new push. We're really trying to get away from satellite altogether. But floor plan wise, you can do this. It's a very similar floor plan. This is a bunkhouse right here, mid bath. Really no difference. They're going to have master toilets. They're going to have fiberglass showers. Air conditioners will be the same. They're 15,000 BTU. Coach to coach won't change whatsoever. Now, once you get up to the Explorer, they do some different ceiling treatments, some air conditioner covers. If you want one of those in one of these coaches, we can order it. We can put it over. No difference whatsoever. Things like ceiling fans are a little bit more challenging, but if you see some of those options and amenities that you would see in a Verona LE and wanted to be able to bring it over in this product, give us a shout. It's something we can always do. We prefer to do it coaches we've sold because we know everything about them. And if we do something stupid, we kind of own our own coaches, so it makes it nice to be able to do that. But we'll kind of walk you through next door, talk about any real differences. Really can't think of anything. I think they're doing better placement of plugs next door. I'll kind of show you. They have two different kitchen plugs. To me, it makes sense. Samsung here, Insignia next door. They're both smart TVs, however. Don't fall.
Got it.
Here we go, kids. I'm pretty good at doing this. I've done this for a long time. Hop on in. So when I walked in, the first thing I noticed was that no more pull down shade here. I got this nice shade there. They have a nice little spot for the fire extinguisher. Just things to kind of clean things up, make them look nicer. Come here, look at all this room. Nice deep kitchen, 110. Actually, the 110 here is over there, so it's not usable whenever the slide's in, but no real difference other than, I guess they kind of classed up the hardware a little bit nicer on the Valencia than they previously, and I'd say it's a little bit jazzier than the Verona next door. So, same deal, got a nice home for all the covers. Big deal to me. I really like that. The nice big picture window here. They do integrate the speakers into the cab there. So all in all, it's not that I'm not proud to have the Verona, but they definitely knocked it out of the park on this Valencia. Colors, exterior colors, options, amenities. They got this product to where it needs to be. We always do exceptionally well with our used Valencias. They're just kind of, I hate to say they've been a little boring in the past, but I think this really is elevated to what people expect out of these coaches. Renegade's always been known for doing great work, but it's time to give them a little bit of sizzle with their steak, if you know what I'm talking about. So I think that's really all I can really think of as far as option amenities. Like I said, That one is a induction cooktop. This is a gas cooktop. Just a few different differences there, just a matter of preference. The Firefly is the same. What have I missed? What am I missing, Shawnee? That's it. Oh, I'll show you here. So a little bit different into this cab, if you can guys recall that. If you want to step back. So I kind of had to go up and over. This is a little bit easier entry into the cab itself. These sit down a little bit lower. Just gives you a little bit more, a little bit different feel. There again, if you're coming from a small unit, this is your first time unit, this might be in your wheelhouse just because it feels more SUV-ish. That's going to feel quite a bit taller, and that few extra inches does make a big difference. Dash layout's going to be similar. You're going to have, the number one thing that I saw that was different on that is that it's automatic headlights. I don't think it's really a big deal for me to turn my headlights on. I drive old Jeeps. I got to do that all the time. Not a big deal. Steering wheel control, engine brake right here. That's actually a 3-stage next door, but that's just on and off. And that's your shifter right there. But all in all, I'm very happy with it. We have a few more of these coming down the pipeline at the end of the month. We do have some stock bigger coaches coming as well. Be nice to kind of sit in to go into the winter. We still have a ton of sold stuff that's coming. Be able to. It's been a madhouse since basically April. So it'd be nice to have some stock coaches there for people to come in. Got a beautiful new showroom. We've done a few videos on that. Come in, hot, cold, wind, no wind. Come in, check us out. Be able to hang out. Be able to go coach to coach. That's the nice thing is you can go coach to coach and really look at different things and be able to get a better feel of what you're looking at. I think that's it. I think we're going to try to do a video of another sold XL Western Star. It's pretty darn cool. I can't believe they got it done so soon. Try to get that done, and we will have a bone stock Veracruz. We're not doing any liquid spring. For somebody that wants a really nice Veracruz, maybe a mom and pop, maybe somebody that doesn't want all that jazz, give us a call. It's the 32 VDS, so we'll have that, just plain Jane, not all the craziness, a lot less price point. We'll definitely get a video of that before we ship that out on the road next week. I think that's it. It's got to give us a pretty good idea. Coach to coach, I wish I had an LE to be able to talk about that. Oh, you know what? Shawnee, I think that's the exact same floor. I'm glad. I'm so glad they got rid of that really boring vinyl that they've had in the Valencia in the past. It's a feel, it's a texture thing for me, and it's nice to be able to, just see it progress. Look at this. I mean, small stuff. So many things to really rave about. They do a great job. Great reselling these products as well. Always appreciate you guys watching these videos. Get these things into our transport and take my beautiful lady to go eat some dinner before she stabs me. Make sure you guys like, tag, and subscribe.